Thanks for joining us. I'm Michelle Park.
We're here at Fashion's Night Out at Macy's Herald Square. It's the kickoff to a week of style where the fashion elite overrun the streets of New York. Here at Crystal Belly, you actually cook your own meat at each table on this crystal grill. And chef is telling me that this is the healthiest way to eat Korean barbecue, or barbecue in general, because you can literally watch the grease slide off the grill. For Carolina Herrera this season, it was all about glamour. But the designer says her inspiration didn't come from the 20s or 30s like you might expect. It actually came from the present. As you can see here by the backdrop here on the runway, the designer was inspired by different interior design elements. It was all about pops of color on the runway this season. From Luca Luca to Adam, they had that bright, springy feeling from head to toe. We saw lots of navy blue with black, which Herrera pointed out helped me fit right in.
I'm in love with the navy blue and black, like you.
Like me. Today I'm wearing navy blue.
Well, you see, you can be in the collection walking there.
I get the note of approval from Carolina.
Let's talk a little bit about some of your cooking techniques. I want to kind of start with the bird because it, first of all, looks beautiful.
Thank you.
But you're telling me it doesn't dry out, which I've yet to have an undried turkey. Just so you guys can see at home. This is what this looks like now that we have some miso, cream, butter, milk. So now we're back in the kitchen, and Chef is going to show us how to make his gravlax, which is a 4-day process. So it's going to take too long to show you step by step, but we're just going to show you the ingredients that go into it, and then we're going to show you how to plate it. And plating is very important when it comes to presentation and making your guests feel like, ooh, this is really fancy.
It was a night of live music, drinking, and even some dancing as shoppers headed out to enjoy Fashion's Night Out. Designers, celebrities, and fashionistas from all over the map descended on New York to participate in the fun.
I'm making a couple of stops. This is my first stop, and my second will be on my own turf on Fifth Avenue.
New York Nick Amari Stoudemire gave fashion forward a new meaning. He was celebrating the launch of his new collaboration with designer Rachel Roy. Fashion is also becoming kind of your sport, right?
Yeah, fashion is another career for me. It's going well so far.
He has so many followers, but what I wanted to do is what could you wear maybe to a game, maybe on the weekend, but just polished chic, because that's what I represent, but with a little bit of swag, which is what Amari represents.
And we all know fashion and food go hand in hand. Travel Channel TV personality Andrew Zimmern and Iron Chef Mark Forgione were dressed to impress and ready to feed some hungry shoppers. And food and fashion, do they overlap, would you say?
Yeah, I think so, as long as you don't get your food on your fashion.
I've always been, this is, you know, Giorgio Armani's chunky hunky line. Just kidding. Just kidding. I wish they would come out with something like that. Not bad, right?
As you can see, Fashion's Night Out is just that, a night out with lots of food, drinks, and music to keep people going as they squeeze in some shopping long into the night. The goal is to bring shoppers into the stores and to have a good time.
To greet people, to see people, to spread some love, for people to come out, have fun, shop.
In Herald Square, Michelle Park, New York 1.
Who doesn't like Korean barbecue?
This barbecue comes with a little extra bling. Crystal Belly opened up in Midtown Monday, and true to the name, the meat goes straight from the Crystal Grills to your belly. VIPs turned out to celebrate the brand new addition to the Korean food scene, including South Korean recording artists Wonder Girls.
I think people will love this new place, and I'm sure food is amazing here too.
JY, he always had a great taste in food.
Owner JY Park, a celebrity himself, is a heavy hitter in the Korean entertainment industry. With his first foray into food, he says he hopes he brings the best of Korea to diners.
I really wanted to create the right spot for non-Korean people to go and enjoy and experience Korean food.
But this is not your typical Korean barbecue restaurant with charcoal grills and heavily marinated meats. The restaurant serves up Wagyu beef, organic vegetables, and other goodies on an infrared heat.
with vents that make the entire process smoke-free.
Here at Crystal Belly, you actually cook your own meat at each table on this Crystal Grill. And Chef is telling me that this is the healthiest way to eat Korean barbecue, or barbecue in general, because you can literally watch the grease slide off the grill. Is that right, Chef?
Yeah, the grill designed this way so that as you cook the meat on the grill, all the grease falls down and there's a grease pan that catches all the grease.
Healthy or not, Korean food lovers say they're excited to eat at the new restaurant.
Korean barbecue has been really, hottest trend right now in the food industry and for just like normal people.
I feel like everybody and their mother these days wants to eat Korean barbecue when we go out. And so to have a really kind of hip, trendy place would be really cool.
Once you're done with your soul food, you may want to put on some dancing shoes. The second floor bar area has it all, from a DJ booth to specialty cocktails. Crystal Belly is located at 8 West 36th Street. In Midtown, Michelle Park, New York 1. He was revered as a visionary who pushed the frontiers of fashion forward.
Well, Alexander McQueen was a completely unique talent.
Shockwaves were felt throughout the entire fashion world when Alexander McQueen committed suicide in his central London home in February of 2010. Fashion industry insiders say talent like McQueen's is irreplaceable.
I mean, he had such a brilliant mind on how to use different fabrics and make it look interesting and so over the top. And like when you put one of his clothes on, you always felt like it transported you.
I think it'll be very hard to ever find a talent of his caliber. I think they really do come along, as they say, once in a lifetime.
During New York's February Fashion Week this year, fashion community members were still remembering the McQueen legacy.
He was someone I always admired and just felt was so inspirational. And I'll never forget the one where the model was walking down the runway with all the muscle shells as her skirt. And I just think he was a phenomenal talent, and it was always exciting to watch him.
And in some cases, even working his aesthetic into their own collections.
And when I did the embroidery, I think of, hey, it should be Alexander McQueen, kind of lines and drapes.
Sarah Burton took over for the fashion house, and she is, of course, best known for designing the wedding dress scene around the world. I'm, of course, talking about Kate Middleton's wedding dress. People in the fashion community tell us they think that she's done a stellar job keeping McQueen's legacy going.
We are in such good hands with Sarah because not only did she work with McQueen for over 13 years, but she has an understanding of what made him great.
McQueen's influence was felt throughout New York City last summer as record crowds gathered at the Met to take in the designer's Savage Beauty exhibit. And that was just the beginning. McQueen's ability to bring drama and extravagance to the runway will likely be remembered for many years to come.
Alexander McQueen's impact and legacy is going to be one of the extraordinary ones that will live long past his life.
In Manhattan, Michelle Park, New York 1.